Welcome back, sorcerers and curse users alike. I hope you're prepared for this week's leaks, because Gege dropped an absolute bomb on us. That being said, let's jump right into chapter 258 leaks and spoilers. This chapter begins with the narrator explaining to us that after hitting 2 black flashes, Gojo was able to construct a special circuit for his RCT to flow through, due to his awakened state, and that Sukuna was also supposed to regenerate all of his arms, but as a result of Yuji's 7 consecutive black flashes, he was unable to regain his RCT output. This is really interesting to me, because it seems to confirm what people speculated last week, that Yuji and Sukuna actually exchanged black flashes here, rather than Yuji landing the second black flash by pushing Sukuna's arm back. But the narrator also lets us know that Yuji's been landing these black flashes on the space between Sukuna and Megami's soul realms. But then, Sukuna opens his domain, and the narrator states that the king's domain had returned to its master along with the black sparks. Don't let any misinfo that's being spread around trip you up. Sukuna is just using an incomplete form of Malevolent Shrine here, and his domain is in no way related to Megami's domain or the 10 Shadows technique. It's just Malevolent Shrine. But everything around Sukuna begins to be slashed, and we're told by the narrator that despite involving uncertain elements, and including binding vows, Sukuna had replicated Malevolent Shrine without dropping its effective range or output. That's when we're thrust into a flashback, and we see Hikari telling the others that it's important to learn RCT and domain countermeasures in prep for the battle. Choso says in regard to RCT, he and Yuji will be able to compensate. Yuji is visibly confused, and he asks what Choso means. So Choso asks the RCT users how they compensate for blood loss when regenerating their bodies. Shoko says she converts her cursed energy into blood, but Hikari says his RCT is automatic, so he's not really sure, and Yuta says he just goes by instinct. Choso tells everyone that his body allows him to naturally convert his cursed energy into blood, and that Yuji could not only gain blood manipulation, but the same ability to convert his cursed energy into blood by consuming the remaining death paintings. He also says that the downside of using RCT is the large amount of cursed energy consumption, but that it's not a concern for himself or Yuji due to the special composition of their bodies. It's because of this that Choso asks that Yuji be paired with someone who can use RCT when they do body swap training. Yuji, again, visibly confused, but Ui reveals that with the help of his curse technique, he can even swap the souls between humans. Now this is an insane revelation, because so many people had theorized that the soul swapping was actually a Yuji ability, born from the soul knowledge left behind by Yuki, but nope, it turns out young Ui is the GOAT. I apologize, little bro, I wasn't familiar with your game. Kusakabe chimes in to say that since Sukuna took over Yuji's body and used his curse technique, Yuji's body now remembers the jutsu of a special grade. So, they plan to follow the same method with the soul swap training, with Kusakabe first swapping with Yuji's soul to teach it basic curse energy manipulation, as well as the new Shadow Style's simple domain. Ui asks that everyone think wisely while making the pairs to swap, because during the 1 month time frame, he's only able to swap twice. Back to the present, and Yuji opens his simple domain to counteract Malevolent Shrine. Yuji also notices that Sukuna's domain is incomplete, and that there's some sort of loophole, so he's able to endure. The narrator lets us in on a secret. Sukuna isn't able to maintain this high-level domain for very long, and he's unable to capture Maki with the domain due to her lack of cursed energy. Sukuna is only able to maintain this form of his domain for the next 99 seconds. Yuji, Maki, Ino, and Choso try to endure, and once again, Big Brother Choso has moved me, as even in this time of crisis, he cries out to Yuji, seeking to make sure he's safe. The barrier of Yuji's simple domain cracks, as it wasn't able to withstand the slashes, and Yuji ends up being slashed and losing his left foot, but he immediately reattaches it using the same move that Choso used during his fight with Kanjaku, where he was able to retain use of his hand while extended due to the stream of blood connecting the hand and the arm. Still unfazed, Yuji notices that the slashing has stopped, and he thinks that they've endured the entire onslaught, but Sukuna immediately brings out Fuga once again. Holy shit, what a chapter. Unfortunately, it seems my initial thoughts about Gege not handing us 2 Yuji showcases back to back is true, and Sukuna has more than evened the playing field. Something I sort of foresaw, but not to this extent. I think that when the series is over, or even just when this fight is over, we might need to have a serious discussion about where Shinjuku Showdown Yuji falls on the power scaling list. Not only was he the only person to piss off Sukuna to this extent, aside from Gojo, he's also the only person since Shibuya Maharaga to make Sukuna pull out his flames. I wish I could share these images with you guys, but for legal reasons and out of respect for Gege, I'm going to refrain from showing anything before it's officially released. I will, however, have the links to the full chapter in the description, so if you want to see all of this glorious chapter for yourself, make sure you check the description. And please make sure to check out the official chapter when it releases on this upcoming Sunday. And consider checking out the TCB scans if you want to see the cleaned up scans a little bit earlier than the Sunday release, as well as a potentially better translation than what Viz will give us. Unfortunately, as it's Golden Week in Japan next week, we do have a break, so it's 2 weeks from now until the next leaks, so of course, that's why Gege had to leave us on this hell of a cliffhanger. But that's all for now. Since we have the break and the past few chapters have been massive, I think I might put together a full review of at least 257 and 258, so stay on the lookout for those. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to go over the chapter with me. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out and take care.